Wait, don't scroll past yet. I know things have felt tough lately, maybe even hopeless. We've all been there, but the kind that happens right under our feet, in the silent, stubborn world of a small garden. Stick around, because this isn't just about dirt and plants. It's about finding hope when everything feels dry. For weeks, the garden had been held captive by a relentless, punishing heat. The sun was a tyrant, and the soil, once rich and yielding, had hardened into a pale, cracked shield. If you listened closely, you could almost hear the low, despairing sigh of the lettuce, the carrots, and the determined little tomato plants. They had done everything right. They had routed deeply. They had promised a good harvest, but nature seemed to have betrayed them. Hope was drying up faster than the puddle in the wheelbarrow. The lettuce, usually so buoyant and green, felt utterly defeated. Its leaves were curled inward, fragile and brittle, whispering about giving up. The carrots, buried deep beneath the surface, were perhaps the most scared. Their survival depended on the moisture deep down, and even that was failing. They wondered if they had wasted their energy, growing down instead of up. It truly seemed like the end of the line for this little green community. Every morning brought the same searing heat, the same dust, the same crushing certainty that nothing would ever be the same. But here's the thing about life, whether you're a vegetable or a human being. Just when the script seems written, just when you're ready to close the book, the entire plot can pivot, and pivot it did. One afternoon, the relentless, shimmering heat haze fractured. A shift in the wind, a sudden chill in the air, the kind of atmospheric signal that promises something big, high above the sky, which had been an unbroken expanse of cruel blue for too long, began to amass a heavy, bruised gray. It started as a distant rumble, a low growl that shook the dry air. And then, it happened. Not a gentle sprinkle, but a decisive, life-altering rain. It hit the baked earth first, with an audible hiss, spitting steam as it cooled the surface. The sun was incredibly a glorious, chaotic symphony of revitalization. The dry soil couldn't absorb it immediately. The water pooled and ran, but slowly, miraculously, the cracks began to soften, drinking in the moisture, transforming that hard, dusty armor back into living earth. The response from the garden community was instantaneous. The lettuce didn't just perk up. It stretched, greedily drinking the water that clung to its surface, unfurling its crumpled edges. The tomato plants surged, their stems regaining their firm posture. And deep below, the carrots felt the cold, sweet relief spreading through the soil around them. This wasn't just water, it was affirmation. That this new beginning wasn't a return to the naivety of the past. The vegetables were different now. They had survived the trial. They were wiser. They knew exactly how tenuous life could be, and how deep they truly had to root themselves to endure the next challenge. The lettuce, once focused only on lush growth, realized the value of efficient moisture retention, adapting its structure slightly. The carrots, understanding the brutal limits of the drought, had strengthened their taproots, pushing deeper than they ever thought possible during the dry period. They realized that the struggle had forged them, making them tougher, more resilient, and more interconnected. They had faced true loss and now understood the necessity of protecting not just themselves, but the soil that housed them all. They weren't just surviving anymore. They were collaborating. The new chapter had begun, marked not by ease, but by profound strength and unity. The vibrant green returning to the garden wasn't just aesthetic. It was the color of quiet confidence and shared survival. They were ready for whatever came next, not because the weather was perfect,